Well, welcome to Coaches on Call, episode 0. So here's the starting point. These three faces, sometimes more, will be on here, but this is a place where we are going to come and really dive into all the nitty gritty topics, current topics, previous topics, different kind of market conditions, contract issues, lots of great tips for growing your business in real estate. And it's just going to be a place where we're going to keep it current and keep it real. So your input is going to help fuel the content each week on Coaches on Call. So welcome. My name is Holly Fogel. I have been in real estate for 22 years, sold real estate for 12, and then moved into a coaching and agent development role in which I currently do today. I'm the owner of the 1 Hour Coach, and I love helping people in real estate. And this is going to be a fantastic endeavor that we are going to keep 30 minutes or less every episode. Next on my left, on the other side of the couch, is Lori Hamilton.
Hey, thanks, Holly. So I'm Lori Hamilton, and I actually work with Holly here at RE/MAX Center, and I work with Lisa. And, you know, I've been in the real estate industry since 2002, selling since then, got into management, got into the coaching and development side. And, you know, I'm excited about this because I love hot topics and I love dividing a room. Like, you know, changed my mind about a lot of these things that I see in the real estate forums. And, you know, it's funny, Holly, because sometimes you and I kind of naturally are on opposite ends. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, no, but I think this. And then I'm like, change my mind. And I think you've been successful, believe it or not, because I'm like, you know, I've done it this way forever. Yeah, not all the time. That's true. Not all the time. Because I'm like, I'm going to die on this hill, and I'm going to die on this hill today. So I just love that we're coming all together to talk about this, because I feel like there needs to just be a place where things are relevant, where everybody wants information. And you know what? We want your input, and we want to talk about all of that, because we bring a lot of experience working with agents, Holly and I, because we work with agents all the time. And then Lisa, and I'm going to throw this over to you now, because you're part of the broker group at RE/MAX Center. You know, there's what, 3 or 4 of y'all now.
And yes, sometimes 4. But yes, yeah. I've been licensed since 2004, I think, and started at RE/MAX Center back then, and working in residential real estate, working with investing, worked with the REOs and foreclosures during that whole season. So kind of been around all sides, and joined as one of their brokers maybe 5 or so years ago, I think. And so I will provide some balance to keep Lori from dying on her hill.
Thank you.
And try and I'm the broker role to kind of mediate and say, okay, everybody's probably a little bit right, but how can we figure out the best practices, the best way to lead us in that direction? Because there's lots of different ways to get from A to closing. So let's try and help us all work together and try and provide advice on current trends that I'm seeing, as it's a constantly changing market, and try and help us muddle through some of those issues.
Yeah, and I think the reason I'm excited that you're on too, Lisa, is because, and when I first talked to you about this, you had even mentioned, you said, and I was thinking back to when I was an agent too, you were like, you know, I wonder, you know, I've got this fire going on in my transaction and this problem. You kind of feel alone. You're like, oh crap, did I really mess up? Do other agents know better? But then you're kind of like, I wish I could have be a fly on the wall in my broker's office and find out what was going on. What are the other issues? And I was like, yeah, me too. Like, I always wondered, I was like, well, what's going on out there now? Is this kind of normal that we're seeing, or is it just happening to me? You know? And
absolutely.
So
that's so true. Yeah, I remember telling you that. It's just, as a newer agent, I was like, I wish I knew what's the problem of the week. What do I need to know so I don't make the same mistake or
Mhm.
do the wrong thing? Am I on the right track? And it's so interesting now being in that position and seeing all the things. So many of the newer agents are calling saying, "Oh, have all these questions and apologizing." What they don't realize is these 30-year veteran agents are also calling because real estate is not the same today that it was last month, last year, a decade,
Mm-mm.
3 decades ago. It is a constantly evolving picture. So there's always questions, but yes, so all of you get to be the fly on the wall.
Yes, they do.
And
They
see
do.
And
what
it's
is going
great.
on. Welcome.
And I love what you said about we're going to try to figure out the best practice.
Yes.
So each week when Coaches on Call dives into these different issues and divides some rooms, and has some fun here, we're definitely going to be taking topics that are submitted. So definitely feel like you can submit your topics, folks. We'll be putting all our contact info in the group, so you'll be able to see that. But we also want to leave you each week with a takeaway from each of our perspectives and our sides. And then, of course, we'll have Lisa making sure that our takeaways are best practice compliant. She'll be keeping us on track. So this is just going to be a fun endeavor. We're really looking forward to going on this journey with all of you and getting to know more of you. We'll have people from all over the country, and that's going to be a fun part too, to get the different perspectives and how real estate is so local. We all know that. So some of the things we'll be talking about are coming out of Georgia, but we welcome the opportunity to hear real estate from every market. So definitely make this interactive, and feel free to post any of your challenges, successes, wins. We're also coaches, so we have lots of resources. So we'll be sharing all kinds of great free resources and free training information for you as well, to hopefully help you improve and increase your profitability and the service that you provide to your clients.
Yes.
Yeah, well said.
All right, that's a wrap for take 0. These will all be takes that we're going to call them. So look for take 1 coming out real soon. And we'll let you know when the next one's going to be coming out each week. And we look forward to really creating a sense of community and having some laughs along the way. So we'll see.